Hey everyone, welcome back to another modern video. Today I thought I would post the full league of my Keruga Omnath run. I talked about it in my 5.0 challenge video, which if you haven't seen that, you should check it out. I make a reference to it a few times during this video. So if you want to see what I'm talking about or see the rest of the decks that I played, check that video out. But otherwise, this is the full league of Keruga Omnath, so you're not playing anything that costs less than 3 mana, so you have Keruga as your companion. And then obviously, best ways to get around that are things like Leyline Binding and Solitude, which you can use as your early removal to go along with Dead Gone and Rough and Tumble. And then you kind of just take over the game later on with your bigger threats like Flage, Omnath, and the One Ring. So I definitely loved playing it, and I think it's a really fun one to play if you want to try it out. So let's hop into the games. Okay, it looks like I'm up against Storm. I mean, I guess if they Ruby, oh, maybe not. Maybe this this must be the Gruul Energy deck. Okay. Okay. Well, let's crack this. Probably want a Lush Portico just to get Surveil going. Oh, okay. This lag is definitely getting worse. I think I'm gonna do just a quick restart. I don't even know if I can finish this game at this pace. Okay, Supreme Verdict seems pretty good here. Play another Heath here, and I think I'll pass. I'm gonna do a quick restart, so I'll be back in a sec. Oops. All right, we are back. It's like my opponent has got an unstable Amulet, which I guess, on one hand, it's a target for this forest, but on the other hand, I mean, do I want to pitch Omnath to cast that? That's tough. So I kind of feel like Omnath is going to be my big way to get back into this game. I'm assuming I'm going to have to Supreme Verdict on turn 4, but turn 5, I could go Omnath plus Fetch Land. That would theoretically get me right back into things. Okay, I think I'm going to just grab a Hallowed Fountain here. And I can play a Fable here. And then I'm probably just blocking Swift Spear no matter what. Oh man, and then this gives them enough mana or enough energy to get another Amulet trigger. That's kind of lame. Mm-hmm. And an amp drafter. Okay, well, I'm down to 3. Going to be down to 1. I guess I can go to... I think I can go to 2. Do a quick deck list check. See my mana base here. Oh, yeah. Here. So I've got a forest, island, mountain, plains. Okay, I got all of them. So I'll probably discard this breeding pool and dead gone. Found a ring. That's also pretty good. I'm dead to bolt no matter what, right? But I guess I do kind of have to clear this board. Kind of sucks to... Kind of sucks to do this, but I don't know if I have much choice. Okay, well, I was just dead no matter what. Alright, well, that's 9. I'll bring in a Cosmic Rebirth. And I can trim this force. What else is not good? I mean, Teferi is pretty mid here, but... I mean, Force of Negation... I mean, I guess I can bring in maybe 2 forces, go down 2 Teferis. Run something like that. I don't think I can keep this. It just, again, it just doesn't do anything. Okay, this hand is better. I can keep this. Probably just bottom the Hallowed Fountain. And then probably I'm gonna be trying to grab a red source here, and then on my turn I can kill whatever they played. Alright. Got a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I guess I can, since I have the opportunity to get a tapped land, maybe I should get a Lush Portico, and then I could grab Steam Vents on my turn. That seems a little better. Cosmic Rebirth isn't the worst. Brought it in just because, I mean, it just gains 3 life, and I don't know. Is that good enough? 3 mana, gain 3 life, and then I guess ramp a little bit. I think it's good enough that I'll keep it, I think. I'm gonna go ahead, grab a Steam Vents here. Um, so Ruff can pick off multiple things. I guess I'm gonna keep that. If they go, thinking if they go Raptor into a Swift Spear or another Channeler, then I can get both of them with that. Okay, just plotting a show off is fine. I do have this Tidebinder, so and Tumble with 6 mana, sorcery speed, the best answer to show off. Okay. Do I want to save Tidebinder for Slickshot show off, or do I want to just use it right now? I guess it's probably better to just use it now, right? That way I can get things moving. I'll grab another Plains. I mean, to be fair, if I'm playing this. Ooh, okay. Well, I will be casting this Omnath. Next turn, I can gain a lot of life, so basically they have to kill me this turn with the show off, or else I win. I think that's how it's gonna go. Okay. Galvanic Discharge on the Tidebinder. Okay. They haven't. The fact that they haven't cast the show off yet is such a good sign for me. They have another Galvanic Discharge for Omnath. I mean, I'm gonna take it if they. I'm not gonna let them Galvanic Discharge and get another trigger. Wow, and then they just pass? I'm pretty surprised by that, but not unhappy. So I'm just gonna go like this. I'm gonna gain 7 life. Then, fortunately, I guess I do kind of lose 4 life here by not triggering this on my opponent's turn. But I can, let's see, if I get, so I get 4 mana, so I should be able to, I could either Ruff into Fable, or I could Ruff into Teferi. Probably Ruff into Fable seems a little bit better. And I'm going to go ahead, probably grab a tapped Stomping Ground. I don't think I need more than that. So go Ruff, kill those, and then cast a Fable. Get in for 4. Alright, well my opponent has 2 cards in hand. Slickshot show off, 3 cards back down to 2. Slickshot show off in exile. Another show off in exile. Okay, I think I should be pretty set now. I'm gonna go ahead and discard Teferi. Okay, that's pretty good. Basically just guarantees me the win. Swing in for 6. Cast the ring. I'll pass turn. Do your worst, opponent. Okay, they found a discharge. So I guess they aren't literally dead this turn. But I'm at 22, so I'm going to start drawing more cards. Okay, well, I am drawing a lot of lands. Oh, okay, and then just do a Flage. That is just actually a game, so. And I can even escape it if I needed to. Boom. Lightning Helix. All right, well, that went pretty well. I'm definitely happy with that performance. I mean, I could bring in Dampic Sphere, but it's also just not that great against them. Maybe I can trim that for another force. Trim it to Fairy as well. I mean, they do have the unstable amulets. They have like bolts and stuff that force would keep me alive against, but whereas something like Elish Norn, it's just like, it's just 5 mana and then doesn't save me. So I don't know. Or it doesn't stop their creatures. It doesn't really gain me life unless I have a Omnath or something to go along with it. I think I'm gonna keep this. I've got one removal spell in Fire and Ice. Then I can also Teferi is actually a perfect draw here because now I can force Aura Solitude depending on which one I need. My mana is a little wonky here, but I am playing a lot of lands, so hopefully I'll be able to make it work regardless. Okay, so they got an Amp Raptor. Amp Raptor into Channeler, maybe? Revealed a Lava Dart. Okay. Lava Dart I can live with. I think I'm just going to be... Fortunately, did not draw another land yet, but I think I'm just going to plan to fire on the Raptor. They play a Swift Spear. Play another Swift Spear. It's a bit spooky. They're gonna Lava Dart. They're gonna Mutagenic Growth. Oh my gosh! Wow, I'm glad that I waited to cast this fire. Unless they have a second one. They do have a second one. Wow. I guess I'll force it. Really don't want to be taking all this damage. And then I'll see if they Lava Dart too. I think there's a non-zero chance that they do Lava Dart. And then I can just Solitude, Swift Spear. Even if they don't Lava Dart, I might Solitude a Swift Spirit anyway. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a lot better. Going to 6, after all of that, going to 16, I think I'm pretty happy with. Okay, and then drew another Fire Ice. I'm not gonna... I can't fire, no pun intended, fire it off quite yet because there is a Lava Dart in the yard. And a Bolt. Yep. So I'm going to 9 here. Could be going to a lot lower, depending if they want to sacrifice their lands. Doesn't look like it. All right, and then the fact that they didn't play a land this turn is, I think, pretty good sign here that I want to just fire this now. Because then now I'm kind of wasting a prowess trigger, and then also they're losing a... Yeah, they're losing a land if they save that. And then now I can play Stomping Ground tapped, and then next turn I'll have Endurance up as a blocker. Okay. Play the land. That's awesome. Ooh, that's awesome. Kind of an interesting spot, because I would love to slam this and just start drawing cards. But I'm nervous about how much life I am at, because I'm effectively at 7 right now with Lava Darts and the 2 Lava Darts in the yard. And my opponent does have a card in hand, which could potentially be like a Bolt or something. I think what I want to do is I want to play an Endurance this turn. Then that will get rid of the Lava Darts, and then I can more safely ring. Plus I'll have another chance to find like an Omnath or something. Okay, so they put Gigantha into their hand. They're pretty far away from casting that. Endurance, they don't sacrifice any mountains. I feel much better now about slamming this. Draw a card. Drew a Solitude even. Okay, cool. So let's grab a white source here. I guess I should grab a Hallowed Fountain, huh? I don't actually have a blue source yet. Get another copy of the ring. I think it's a little weird, but I think I'm gonna wait on tapping the ring. I can always do it on their turn, but I really want to get this Solitude down and not die. Okay, so that I'm glad they cast Show Off, because it's gonna be much harder for them to double bolt me now. And I get to Solitude. Okay, Galvanic Discharge. Just popping it off. I guess I could have Solitude in response, but I do kind of want to see if they have... There we go, another Mutagenic Growth. I think at this point, now I will Solitude. So now I'm just feeling really great about how this has gone. Let me go ahead and draw. So I can go down to 5, go back up to 8, cast another ring with Leyline Binding up. Get to draw 3 more cards. Oh, they're all lands. It doesn't matter. So I'll play Xander's Lounge since that gives me my swamp that I need. Get a new ring. Again, I think I'm going to wait on tapping it just to see what my opponent has that might make me afraid to go lower in life. And this is kind of one of them. Like, not super happy about going lower on life, but my opponent does. They have Giganthan hand and 1 unknown card, so not especially scared. But I do need. I mean, I do need to find. Okay, there we go. I do need to find life gain, so I'm very happy to have found this. All right, so let's gain 4 life. Okay, yeah, and then it's play age up to 14, and then that's game. Wow. After game 1, I was feeling real bad about this matchup, but we ended up getting there. So hopefully we can keep it strong and avoid the chef's kiss. All right, back for round 2. Got to win round 1 versus Gruel Energy. My opponent does not have a companion, which makes it a little harder to see what they're on. This is kind of interesting. I feel like this against maybe like Control or something, this hand would be sick, and against a lot of other decks, this hand is awful. So I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan, I think. All right, at the very least, I have a Solitude that I can use. I'm gonna probably bottom the Elish Norn. Teleria West, so looks like it might be an Amulet gamer over there. Yeah, it definitely seems like it. All right. I'm going to let's see, probably grab a Lush Portico. Does the ring help me? I don't think the ring is that helpful. I kind of need some interaction, like right now. Leyline Binding is interaction. Fortunately, I'm kind of far away from casting at this point. Actually, no, I can cast it. Because this gives me 4 types. Yeah. Alright. Well, I'll just cast this. Or I'll play this land shocked. So that way I can Leyline Binding if I want to. They play like a Dryad or something, then I'm probably going to be binding it. A Spelunking. Okay. Maybe Spelunking that. I guess I probably could have done it in response to the, I don't know, in response to the Spelunking trigger. Do I want to binding this, or do I want to save that for... Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and binding this. And then that way, on my turn, I can untap and Fairy Bounce the Saga. And I'm also a little bit concerned that, like, if they have a green bounce land, they can return a Besage to their hand and destroy Leyline Binding, which Spelunking is not as worrying as if I had an Amulet under here, because Amulet doubles up a lot easier, and they can copy with Mycosynth Gardens. Okay, so they do have a Boseiju. I mean, I'll search up. I can get his Energy Lounge to finish off Domain, but I kind of feel like I want to grab a Thundering Falls to get the Surveil. Yeah, I feel like that seems right to me. I can already fairly easily cast a Leyline Binding. Let's see, if they put a Valakut into play here, then I probably just have to pitch Flage to Solitude the Dryad. Okay. Well, this is not too great. I think the play here is I'm gonna dead the Dryad and then escape Flage. And then I'll still have Solitude pitch available. I guess I can just grab a basic Plains, right? Yeah. So okay, it's dead here. And then Flage. The blind Surveil Flage into the graveyard is so awesome. It's just like you just draw a you just like fetch out a land, and then that land draws you a 4-mana 6/6 Lightning Helix. All right, well they have 2 sagas coming down or taking out a 3 next turn. It's a bit spooky. They tap 6, but they don't have double green. So okay, now they have double green. Not super crazy about what's going on over there. Really need the main deck Force Figure. Okay, and there's the Primeval Titan. And they returned a Teleria West to their hand, so they can get another Titan super easily here. Gonna wait for them. I think there's a decent chance that they just go for a haste land, and then I can Solitude in response to that activation. Hopefully slow them down enough to yeah, but next turn they'll have access to three amulets. And they're just going for extra mana anyway. Oh, do they just have a second Titan? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's fine. Good beats, good beats. There's the Slayer Stronghold. All right, well, I have to Solitude this. Hopefully I can draw another Solitude, or I guess another Flage would work too. to kill this Titan. But again, they still have Teleria West in hand. And they've got like 27 mana. Leyline Binding. I think they even have a Besajo in hand too, actually. I don't think this is gonna work out. But I'm adding Keruga to my hand. No one can stop me from doing that. Alright, here come the amulets. Three of them. Four of them. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this one up. There's just no way I can win that game. Fortunately, I'm bringing in Damping Sphere, so no Keruga Companion for this game. Do I bring in Charma? I mean, they do have a decent number of lands that make colorless, and like, I'm getting some advantage by killing their lands for sure. Elish Norn is fine. I mean, it's probably the only card that actually would have saved me, which is especially sad because I bottomed it at the beginning of the game. I think Endurance is not good. Tidebinder could work. I think these split cards are not great. Fighter and Ice is still reasonable. Probably can trim the Verdict. Teferi is good at bouncing Saga and not much else. Maybe I'll trim those down. Well, I also do need blue cards for Force. Maybe I'll just take out Flage. I don't know, is that crazy? Maybe maybe I don't need. Okay, yeah, let's do some crazy like that. All right, and it's a mulligan. Okay, this hand I will keep. Again, not great mana-wise, but I do have a Damping Sphere. If they end up Besajoing that, then I'll get to fix my mana problems. Do I put Charma, Teferi, or Leyline Binding down? So probably just Teferi. Leyline Binding can actually save me if I have a, or if they play a Dryad or something. Whereas Teferi can only really help against Saga. But of course, that's what they have, so that's cool. I kind of feel like I have to play Damping Sphere. I wonder if my Charmog gets reduced by bounce lands under a Damping Sphere. Oh, please give me a red source. Please give me a red source. No! Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that would have been amazing to kill that Saga. I guess I'm just icing Sun Home here. Don't know how much that really matters, but I need to get some things moving here. Okay, well, and I did draw my red source, so they're probably gonna grab. Okay, we grabbed a forest and probably have Boseiju in hand. Um, so I can play Charmaw this turn. I can also Teferi bounce Amulet. I think I'm just gonna go. I think I gotta go just Charmaw here. Assuming they're gonna Boseiju my Damping Sphere, and then next turn I can potentially go like Omnath plus Binding or something like that. It's kind of interesting. I guess let me swing him with Charma first. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Teferi here. That way, when they Boseiju my Damping Sphere, I still have Leyline Binding up. I think that's worth it. Oh, nice. Whatever I put on top was going to get shuffled. Oh, whoa, they didn't Boseiju. Dryad, okay. Cruel Turf. Alright, well. Solitude's a pretty good one. I'm going to go ahead, I think a Binding here on the Dryad. I'm going to hold the Ice to see if they... I still feel like the fact that they mapped for basic forest makes me think that they have a Boseiju or they were thinking that they have some way to get Boseiju. But maybe not. I mean, it could be just that they're a little bit... They just needed both and they happened to just draw Vesuva. I'm just gonna draw a card here. Plus, I guess I can Omnath plus Solitude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can cast a Primeval Titan, and then I guess if they Yeah, they could cast a Primeval Titan, but I don't think they can do anything with it. So blue, red, white, draw a card. Elishnorn. I guess actually Elishnorn is probably just better, right? So, and then I need to get an untapped land here to pay for. I guess I don't. Oh, I don't need an untapped land. Okay. So in that case, I can get Xander's Lounge, get 4 mana, and then I will spend it all on Elishnorn. Okay, that feels pretty good. Primeval Titan doesn't do anything. Valakut doesn't do anything. Gruul Turf doesn't return a land to their hand, but it also doesn't untap if they were planning on using that mana. Cast a Ring, but they don't get a protection trigger. That's funny. So I just have lethal, yeah. All right. Well, it was a hard fought battle, but it did get there against Amulet. Oh man. And is there anything I would change? Probably not. Trauma actually seems pretty sweet. I mean, it lined up very well against the hand they had for sure, but it didn't seem like it took much to be able to go off with it. I can't counter a turn 1 Saga trigger, but I can Binding a Amulet on turn 2. Yeah, I guess I don't know that I can necessarily mulligan for Damping Sphere. Okay, Teleria West. Okay. Just looking that back to hand. I think since I have the Binding, I'm gonna go for a Xander's Lounge here. Really would like to be able to. Oh, nice. I guess I'm just casting that, huh? So let's see, I need a Temple Guarded to complete domain. Damn Spear. Pretty good against that Growth Chamber. That's the only thing in play right now. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just doing this and holding up Tidebinder. Okay. Got an Amulet. Got an Amulet, and then also, so I'm binding that, and I can Tidebinder the Saga trigger to go find another Amulet. So I think I'm just slamming the ring this turn, and then I'm going to be planning to Tidebinder the Saga next turn. Okay, well, they got another one I gotta deal with. They got their own ring. Oh, anyway, I can Force of Negation this. That's why it paused. I mean, I guess I kind of have to, right? Like, I can't... I can't answer the Urza Saga anymore, but they're just going to draw more Urza Sagas, and they've already got a second one. Ooh, Teferi's a good draw here, though. Oh my gosh. And I drew another binding. This is going very well. Bounce the Saga. Get another Solitude. Okay, grab a White Source. Be a Lush Portico. I don't need a third Solitude. Plus, then tap the ring. Oh, is that a Charmaw that I see? It is. Going down to 8, going down to 5 on my next turn, but you know. The Charmaw is worth it, I think. I'm not super worried about Amulet specifically having a Bolt, and I can reset the ring, and I can reset the ring or just play Omnath and Flage next turn, so... Hey, and then they scoop it up. Wow. Okay, so that's 2 matches in a row. We lost game 1 pretty hard, and then end up pulling out games 2 and 3 really close. So I'm a little shocked that this deck is doing this well, but hopefully this could be my savior. All right, back for round 3. Trying to escape the curse of the kiss. I mean, I think this is probably a keep. Seems like it would be good against most decks here. Can you got the Cavern of Souls, Elemental, a classic. I'm excited for this one. It looks like we're up against the Through the Breach deck, which is potentially problematic, but not too bad. I feel like, I mean, Solitude can definitely line up pretty well. If you hit it correctly, it can line up pretty well against Through the Breach. That being said, do I want another Solitude? Probably not, I would think. Yeah, probably don't want that. Generally, this deck is not like just casting a bunch of creatures. Okay, I put an Emrakul under the Labyrinth. Assuming a Michael Spawn is coming down next turn, I'm just going to go ahead and cast a Fable. Should help me get enough mana to cast a Solitude if I need to, and then also filter out some cards. One thing too is with if they have an Ulamog, normally, you know, Emrakul just gets straight up answered by Solitude. Obviously, they gain 15 life, but you know you're still in the game, right? Versus Versus Ulamog, you still have to pay the ward cost of sacrificing 2 permanents. But you can stack Solitude. I guess you don't even necessarily need to stack it, but like you can sacrifice Solitude, and in this case, I would definitely be sacrificing the Fable as well. Dead Gone looking pretty bad here. Okay, and then I did lose my token, so I'm gonna discard that and discard the island as well. Okay, so I've gotten Omnath, got a Solitude. Okay, well I'm fairly safe now, I think, to cast a ring, and then I've got Solitude pitch up. And then next turn I can Omnath. Go Omnath like into Solitude or something like that. Are they kicking a Michael Spawn here? Looks like it, yep. Fair enough. Nothing I can do really about that. They do have a Devourer in their hand, which is a little bit spooky. Okay. Picked up a fire. Hey, if I could pick up the deal 2 to every creature without flying, that'd be kind of funny. Didn't find it, but I guess do I just Flage here? Can also try to Tidebinder, Devour, and then trade off Tidebinder with a Michael Spawn. Yeah, that doesn't seem that bad. So I'm probably gonna go after my Reflection, and Reflection would be very strong if I can keep it around, because I can copy Tidebinder, I can copy Solitude. Do they have another? I guess there's just Devour. Okay, there's Devour. Cool. I will cast a Tidebinder. So that my Reflection stays. Devourer enters the battlefield. Kozilek's return. And if I only had enough mana to play this fire, that would be pretty sweet. I guess as it is, nothing I can really do about it. So I do need a white source again, since they rudely exiled it. Do I want to get? I guess I can just get a Lush Portico. Just get further surveil. It is a land, which is good. It's not necessarily a land that I want, but it is a land. I guess I can keep it. This lets me Solitude, because I can Solitude Devour and then block a Michael spawn. Okay, I can also Supreme Verdict. That's a pretty good one too. Even drew the basic planes to cast it. That seems pretty reasonable. And I go for that. And I think I'm just gonna discard Flage here. I mean, I think there's definitely a non-zero chance that I just escape it next turn. They going for Through the Breach? They are. Let's see what they put into play. Put in Emrakul. Well, I will probably pitch to Fairy. I go up to 34. Might be a minute before I can kill them. Okay, so I guess they still could technically Through the Breach next turn, since they have the Emrakul under Ugin's Labyrinth. Because I have Leyline Binding, which can also answer the Emrakul or the Ulamog. But I guess, let's see. I should still have a Temple Garden left in the deck. So I can... Oh, but I would need to play the Steam Vents to escape Flage. Okay, well in that case, I think the choice is pretty simple here. I can just cast an Omnath. Get to draw a card, get to play a land, gain 4 life, and then I can gain 4 more life on my opponent's turn. Is this another Microspawn? It is indeed. Okay, going after Thundering Falls. Okay, well I'm gonna gain 4 more life. Guess technically 3 more. And I'm gonna draw some cards. Still haven't found another ring, which is a little awkward. I guess I can kill this Michael Spawn. I'm gonna shock in to do that. Maybe I'll just play Elish Norn. Feel like that also makes a lot of sense. Because I can... So I can play a fetch land here. Don't really have anything to play off the Omnath mana, unfortunately. But I can get Omnath mana again next turn, or on their turn, if I need to cast a Binding. And I guess I'm just Discarding a fetch land here. They do not have anything. I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I could have, if I had played that untapped, I could have cast an Endurance. Okay. So now I can get Flage back. Boom. Kill the Michael Spawn. 3 to you. I guess I'm just gonna try to find another ring. Wow, still no more rings. I guess I'm just doomed to slowly die to my rings. Get to attack for 8 here. And then discarding, dead gone, fetch land, fire ice, Omnath. Sure. And we're all making it up as we go along here. Next turn, I have 17 damage, so... Okay, well, I guess... Oh, wait, but they don't get the protection trigger. I'm not... Elish Norn. It's very powerful. I mean, it's a 5-mana card, so you would expect it to be strong, but... And I guess I could have also binding their rings so that I wouldn't... Or I wouldn't give them a free card, but... You know, I'm just going to cast that stuff. Alright, well, my opponent scoops it up. I'm pretty happy with how that went. Let me get these removal spells out of here. I guess Endurance is not great either. Just trim those down. Maybe trim it to Fairy instead of Fire Ice. Like, Fairy is usually never that bad, but it's also... It also just is bad against, like, Swimming Mega Spawn. So I'll go like that, I think. I could potentially bring in Force Negations for Through the Breach. Or, like, even just, like, a map or something, but... I don't know, I guess I never felt like I was super under threat because I have 4 Solitude, 4 Leyline Binding, that, like, I need to have an answer to Through the Breach. Like, I just naturally had the answers, and then it didn't make too much difference. Fortunately, my precious Keruga companion is gone because of Damping Sphere. But it is what it is. Still haven't actually cast Keruga. I added it to my hand once. But no no casting as of yet. Opponent's deciding whether or not to play first currently. Alright, so I got a opener here. It's kind of an interesting one. I mean, all in all, it's not a very good hand, but it does have a couple of redraws and ice, and hopefully that will slow them down enough. I think I'll probably go with this. See how strong their start is. I mean, I guess if they just go Ugin's Labyrinth into Talisman, then I'm kind of just screwed. And it does appear to be what's happening. Okay, passing turn here. Guess I'm grabbing a Hallowed Fountain. Okay, I still have not drawn another land, but I got a couple more draws before it's too scary. Okay, so they got Kozilek's Command. Well, yeah. Yeah, that's rough. I don't think I can beat that, to be honest. If they have Through the Breach, then I just die. One top, one bottom. Ice the Labyrinth. But they still have 4 mana with a 5th if they have a land. Oh, did draw a Solitude though. Okay. Well, they're not doing anything, so maybe they don't have it. I can't Fairy Bounce the Talisman. Or I can ice the Labyrinth again. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could be waiting on a Myco Spawn, or if they have a Devour or World Breaker. Those are other options. They have a World Breaker. They can potentially cast it next turn if I bounce the Talisman. So I guess I'm just going to do this and then play Ice on Labyrinth again. Found another land, which is pretty nice. Okay. So it definitely feels like they have like a World Breaker or something. And this feels kind of like a control hand. If you ignore the Elishnorn, then this is literally just like what a Jeskai control deck could be playing. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and slam the ring here. I have Solitude up, and if they are actually waiting for a chance to play their World Breaker, then hopefully they'll go after this and not one of my lands, because I would really hate to lose one of those this game. Look, definitely looks like it. World Breaker is indeed the card. Well, luckily I drew into another ring. So I can, ooh, and picking up Xander's Lounge is actually really nice here. Because that means I've just got 1 mana bindings from now on. Picked up a Charma. Would love to get a Elish Norn down and then Charma, but that might be a touch ambitious. Ooh, they're tapping a lot of mana. Yeah, we could be casting an Ulamog here. Be exiling half my deck. Okay, well. Oh, target opponent. Thank you, the One Ring. Uh, that's funny. So I guess my options here. So I might as well draw a couple cards before I do anything. My options here are I can Elish Norn plus Solitude or Charma plus Solitude. Plus, I guess I can Flage and Binding. So the one concern, I guess, they do have that Ulamog under Labyrinth. How much mana do they have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they only have 6 mana if they get the Ulamog back off of Labyrinth. And then only 7 if they... Yeah, so I guess I'm just casting an Elishnorn here, huh? And then I can even leave up a Binding. So I'm gonna pitch to Fairy, I think. Alright, so go here. Go here. Then I have to sacrifice 2 permanents. So I think I'm gonna be sacrificing Solitude for sure. I could sacrifice the ring at this point. Do I want to do that? Probably. I think that's fine. I mean, I've got Omnath is gonna Omnath is gonna draw me 2 cards. Like next turn, I can go Omnath, draw 2 into Charmod, destroy 2 lands. Which definitely feels good enough. This is a Devourer. Fair enough. Unfortunately, I can't... I'd love to be able to Leyline Binding, still get the trigger, and then be able to pick up the Talisman as well. But that's fortunately not how the cast triggers work. I will just snap off the Binding on the Devourer here. So let's see, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think I can play Omnath and then the Forest and leave up Charma plus Binding. So I guess I'm just gonna go like this. Take the opportunity to get Charma down and strand this Ulamog in exile forever. Okay, through the breach. Got an Ulamog. Now we're binding that. Hopefully I can kill them before they... before they find like a Beseiju or something. I can Flage plus Escape this turn. But I can also just... I think I'm gonna cast Flage, and then I can just leave up Tidebinder. That should be... Or actually, hold on, could I... With the Omnath mana... Yeah, with the Omnath mana, I can actually do both, so... it's kind of a moot point, I guess. But I do need to get an untapped land. So let's do that. Get back Flage. I mean, they may be at 30, 38, 35 right now, but my clock is pretty quick. Like they're going down to 27 here. Then next turn I attack for a 17. So they're on a 2-turn clock. I've got a Tidebinder. If they have another through the breach, I can Tidebinder the Annihilator trigger. I guess I'm Tidebindering this. And then which do I care more about, the card or the protection trigger? I guess the protection. I feel like it's kind of a card either way, right? All right, well, I'm drawing dead. I guess I did kind of screw up by sacrificing the ring. Wow, I'm at 6 minutes left on my clock. I didn't realize. I mean, honestly, Emrakul's not that scary anymore. Since I'm at 31, I have a million lands. Got another ring. This one I cannot stop. Just a Flooded Strand. No point. I guess I can attack with Flage just to gain 3 life. But it doesn't do much. Alright, and then I get to draw a couple more cards, see what I can find. Have another ring. Yep. Another ring. Alright, well, let's see if I can find something good here. Let's gain some more life. Okay, I'll keep a Leyline Binding. I can cut off a draw with the ring here at least. And gain 4 life with Omnath. Gain 3 life with Flage. For however much it matters. And then they Beseiju Emrakul out to eat my Flage, I guess. So I get to use the ability. Surveil. Put a cavern into the graveyard. So I could binding this, but honestly, do I even care? It's kind of weird. Like they can attack, and I'll go down to 33, and then just sacrifice 6 lands, and I'm at the same spot as before. I feel like the ring is kind of the bigger threat here, especially since I can bring back Flage. Yeah, I think I'm just letting that go. As weird as that is. Like, I'm just bringing Flage back. Gaining 3 more life. And then I can stop my opponent from drawing. They get to draw one card here. Oh, I guess yeah. I should have binding down my turn. That was a punt because I gave them a card, but win anyway. Oh my god! All right, so my best run so far is Keruga Omnath at 3-0. Please, please keep this rolling. I gotta make it through. All right. Back for round 4 of attempt 6. Trying to finish off the 5-0 with Keruga Omnath. And, man, what an interesting hand. I think it's a keep. I can fetch out Hallowtown, use Fire and Ice, plus Solitude, Pitch to Fairy to live. And hopefully go from there. That's my plan. This deck does play a lot of lands, so it's not super crazy to draw a couple more. Got a Marsh Flats. Marsh Flats into Temple Garden. Into Thraben Inspector. Okay, well, that's a sequence of events that I was not expecting. Okay, picked up a land. I think I'm gonna probably just ice their Temple Garden here. Don't know that I necessarily care too much that they have a Thraben Inspector in play. Maybe I'll come to regret that later, but I do have Solitude available if I need it. And now another Fire Ice, so. All right, we got a Windswept Heath and a pass. Okay, the Fairy. Probably just gonna play the Fable here. I think that's gonna be the best solution to all of my mana problems at this point. Opponent fetches. Just getting a Surveil land. It's fair enough. Bins the Soul Guide Lantern. The main deck Soul Guide Lantern. Opponent's cooking. That's for sure. See what they can do without an iced land this turn. Urza Saga. Okay. And a White Orchid Phantom. Sure. So I guess it's just kind of some kind of green-white Death and Taxes, something along those lines. All right, well, I'm going to grab an island. See if I can draw a land here. My opponent has stop set at all the weirdest times and taking random pauses. Last turn they took a pause at their own draw step. But let's see think I'm discarding Endurance. Obviously, I can't even cast it right now, so. And then I could. Do I want a Tidebinder? Probably not. Just seems a little bit hard to use. Okay, I did find a land, which is good, because now I can go fire the White Orchid Phantom before they start doing some ephemerate shenanigans, which I'm sure is what's coming next. And then I can attack with the Goblin, get a treasure, and then I can Teferi to bounce the Saga. So let's get the Temple Garden here. Get a Teferi out, bounce the Saga. I can lose the Teferi to a Thraben Inspector, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna flash in a Solitude for that. I got my value. All right, I'm not even playing the Saga again. Renegade Rallier, okay. Yeah, I mean, get the Phantom back. Deck seems super grindy. I think I just want to slam the ring here. You just start doing that. Then hopefully I can get to the point where I can Solitude and then copy it with a Reflection. Shadowspear. Voice of Resurgence. I've not seen that card in a while, that's for sure. All right, well, trust in the ring. Ooh. This is almost good. It's so good, except for the fact that it kills my stuff too. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and cast Binding here on the voice, and then I can play the Stomping Ground and flash an Endurance to block probably the White Orchid Phantom. They have an Ephemerate. They do. That's kind of annoying. Do I want to Solitude that? I probably do. Get Solitude. Grab the voice. And then copy Solitude. Grab the White Orchid Phantom. Well, they've got their own Solitude, pitching a White Orchid Phantom. Alright, well. We're trading Solitudes. I mean, overall, I think that turned out to be a pretty good exchange for me. Is there any world that I cast Tumble this game to kill a single White Orchid Phantom? Hopefully not. I guess I'm just doing that, and then I can either I can fire White Orchid Phantom now, or I could wait to see if they equip Shadow Spear to it. The advantage doing it now is I get to attack with the Goblin. I guess I'll just do it now. I feel like, I mean, this gives me like a second white. It gives me a 6 mana. Like it opens things up, I think, a bit. And yeah, trading for the Rallier is totally fine with me. Still have a Ring in play, which is kind of my only saving grace here. I mean, Reflections is sweet too. Like I still have 2 more Solitudes to draw into that would, I think, just basically win me the game if I did. So let's do that. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Supreme Verdict I could definitely see being very strong this game, but obviously Omnath is the star of the show. Okay, they just scoop straight up to the Omnath. All right, well, I mean that went really well. I guess I'm keeping Force in an Urza Saga deck. It's probably always going to have a target. I think in this type of matchup, I think Cosmic Rebirth is probably better than Teferi. But other than that, I really don't have anything that I'm... I mean, their creature-based decks of Force and Negation is not very good. They're not a blue deck, so Mystical Dispute is not very good. They're not trying to make a bunch of mana. I mean, Charmel could be sweet to just pick off sagas, but Teferi kind of does the same thing. Cosmic Rebirth, I think it makes sense as something that it gains me a little bit of life, but it's also like an instant speed, kind of a blocker. If I want that instant speed, Flage trigger instant speed. I don't know if why I would want an instant speed Teferi, but I could get an instant speed Teferi. I think this is a keep. I can turn 2 Binding, turn 3 Flage or Teferi. I've got Solitude. Seems good enough for me. My opponent did mulligan to 6, so that's good for me. Picked up another Solitude here. Probably, if I can, would like to grab the Xander's Lounge. Obviously, they have the White Orchid Phantoms, which... And I wouldn't be surprised if they have more effects along those lines. But yeah, so long story short, I don't know if the Triome is long for this world, but okay, I got a Birthing Ritual. A decent chance he'll be casting a Binding on that very shortly. Another Solitude. Well, I was looking for a Solitude last game, but This game, I got them all in the top 10 cards. Let's see if they... I mean, if they want to use the ritual here, they have to tap their Saga. Okay. Guess they're not doing that. So I guess I'm just gonna binding here. I mean, this just uses my mana. So I can grab a Temple Garden. It's a little weird to have 2 mana open and then only use 1, but goodbye, Birthing Ritual. Then let's see, I can Teferi bounce the Saga, and then it will die to the Construct, but I think that's probably worth it. Let's grab another. Let's just grab a Sacred Foundry. It's going to be make things easier with Flage. Well, because my... Oh, whoa. Kutzel's Flanker. That's not what I was expecting. Gain 2, scry 2. Well, I guess I just bounced that now. I guess I could still bounce the Saga and then just Solitude that? Is that better? I don't hate that. I'll just plan to Solitude it. So I can Solitude this, then whatever they play this turn, I can Flage. And I'll have a Binding up as well. And just a 3rd Solitude as well. See if they expect that one. There's the Saga again. And a Renegade Rallier. Get a Lay back. Yeah, that's fine. Would have been kind of funny to have Solituded the Flanker on my turn. But I wasn't really playing around the Rallier. Maybe I should have been. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just flaging that. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this, because I can hold up Binding, and then also, if they don't play anything I want to cast Binding on, then I can grab the Surveil Land. Because there's a decent chance, I mean, if they play like another Renegade Rally or something, I'll just escape Flage and then deal with it that way. They do Surveil to the top. Got another land. Looks like I'll have some Saga tokens coming soon. Ooh, that is a very interesting one. I kind of like that. Because I can... I guess because I can just wait on Flage, and then they'll make a Saga token end of turn, and then I just Force Vigor. Temple Garden. There's the Saga token. I'll kill both. I guess I did tap wrong. I could have left up. I could have left up binding. Not super concerned, but it would have been correct for sure. Teferi's almost ready to activate again with the -3. It's just been sitting in play for this entire game. Opponent doesn't do anything. Ooh, a ring. All right, well, I'm gonna plus. I think I'm just gonna escape Flage here. Opponent might have a Solitude, but I think I'm pretty happy with that. As it stands right now, I should leave a land. As it stands right now, they would have to pitch a card to cast a Solitude, and I'm just gaining 9 life and getting 2 cards out of their hand if that happens, so I'm okay with that. All right. Celestial Purge makes sense as well. Gaddock Teague. Well, I do have an answer to that. Teferi coming to clutch again. All right, this time I will not tap out of white. Can leave up both Binding and Dead Gone. Voice of Resurgence. Yep. And Gaddock Teague is back. All right. Yeah, I'll keep an Omnath. That seems good. So let me do that. Plus, blue, red, gain 4 life, cast a dead on Gaddock Teague, cast a binding on Voice of Resurgence, and I think there's like no way I lose this game at this point. Unless my opponent has something crazy. Yeah, okay. So I'll go to 4-0. Oh, please save me. Please save me. I need this. I need this. I need this to not play Chef's Kiss. Let's get to round 5. All right. It all comes down to this. Can Keruga Omnath carry me to the promised land? This is a keep. 4-0, going for the 5-0 to avoid the Chef's Kiss. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, this hand I think is fairly reasonable. I mean, I got a couple. Solitude, obviously, I think is really what holds this entire deck together, since you can actually cast it early. And then I've got Ice to find a land. Hopefully give me to Teferi to find more lands. All right, so it looks like it might be a hollow one deck here. Or potentially a Death Shadow deck. I think I'm gonna hold off on a Solitude for now. So let's see. I could grab a Hallowed Fountain. I could grab a Lush Portico. I think I kind of have to grab Hallowed Fountain because other Windswept Heath cannot grab Esteem Vents. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like I fetch up Hallowed Fountain a lot. I wouldn't mind getting a Meticulous Archive in this list. Now the question is, do I want to ice the land or ice the Goyf? And probably ice the land. Can ice the land, then untap, play Teferi, ice or bounce the Goyf. Seems reasonable to me. Guess I can grab a Sacred Foundry since I've got the basic forest in hand. This also makes it harder for my opponent to Bowmaster me, at least for now. Okay, found another land too. That will let me Omnath on turn 4. Oh, and they just don't have a second land. Well, I will accept that. Let's get a Teferi going. Okay, they do have a Bowmaster. So let's see what I want to do here. I could Solitude the Bowmaster, or I could just tank the trigger. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna tank it. Then next turn I can Elish Norn plus Solitude, I think. I guess I can't quite do that. I can Elish Norn plus pitch Solitude. Which I still might do. This Teferi is not necessarily, doesn't necessarily seem that helpful. Burning Inquiry. Oh wait, I screwed up. I definitely should have Solituded the Bowmasters in response. I did not think of that through. Okay, well, guess I'm going to 3. One Ring is pretty good here. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I should have Solituded it in response, and then of course they both get discarded there. This is an interesting spot because, I mean, the ring is obviously very strong here, but Elish Norn is so good. I gotta play the ring. I can play this, get protection, and then if I can find another Solitude or a Binding, then I just have. I guess I can just still cast Elish Norn, can't I? But I can also, so I can cast Elish Norn, or I can gain 4 more life. I guess that's better against exactly Double Bolt. Honestly, I think I'm just chilling. Like I just don't see too much of a reason to spread myself that thin. Like I can just play it slow, grab a Surveil land here, go up to 10, and then next turn I can Elish Norn. You control. Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting that. The main deck Wild Slash to get around the ring protection? That's crazy. And then, wow, that's lethal? Oh my gosh, dude, I punted this game so hard. No way. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I did that. Dude, the Wild Slash? Dude, if I have to play Chef's Kiss because I punted and didn't pitch Solitude when I should have, I'd be so mad. Alright, I guess I'll bring in the Rebirth over to Perry. I don't really... I don't know. I don't think there's much else that I'm interested in here. No. Not like this, dude. Not like this. Yeah. I gotta lock in for games 2 and 3. And it happens. Punts happen to everybody. Oh, actually, I should definitely be taking out the force there. I don't think I saw a single even potential artifact or enchantment, so yeah. I think, I mean, overall, I do think the deck is set up should be fairly well set up against that deck. Got a lot of removal, got a lot of card advantage. Just need to not let my opponent get 3 extra Bowmaster triggers for nothing. All right. Reveal Keruga. I think I have to mulligan this hand. Just straight up just not doing anything until turn 4. Okay. I mean, this hand is fine. I can... Honestly, I'm probably putting back Stomping Ground here. But I can get Leyline Binding going turn 2, and then get that into Teferi turn 3. See what my opponent has. Thoughtseize, okay. See what they grab. Grab the Teferi. So I think I'm gonna go for a Surveillant here. Dead Gone. Maybe I'm playing around Bowmaster too much, but I don't hate Dead Gone. I guess I should have grabbed Lush Portico first, I think, but it's okay. All right, so Goblin Lore discards a Detective's Phoenix, and then a Hollow one, and then another Hollow one. No way, he has 3 Hollow ones. Oh my gosh, dude! If I this cannot be the way I go down. I cannot lose the 5-0 to punting into triple Hollow one off Goblin's Lore. That cannot happen. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm binding 1. I took out the Force Vigor because I was like, oh, they don't have any artifacts. Plays 3 artifacts instantly. Okay, well, I got another binding, and then I could cast Gone to bounce another one to their hand as well. Which I don't know, maybe do I just do that now? I don't hate that. Go ahead and fetch up Plains here. Cast Gone. Then next turn I could do a 2-mana binding into something else as well, potentially. Okay, my opponent doesn't seem to have anything else. They could easily just have a Bowmaster though. Here comes Bowmaster. I do have a Detective's Phoenix. I guess they can't quite escape it. Inti. Yeah. Yeah. They need collect evidence 6, and they can only collect evidence 5 with the Phoenix. Yeah, they're gonna be able to do it next turn though. So what are they targeting? Targeting the Orc army, which makes sense. Flame Blade Adept. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be looking for the 2-mana stupid sweeper that I'm playing. I shouldn't say stupid. I believe in you, sweeper. I need you to be good. Okay, Stomping Ground is not it. Neither is Holophone. Oh, no! Oh my gosh. Keruga in the hand. Doesn't matter. I can't believe this. I punted that first game so bad, and they had triple hollow one. I mean, it doesn't really even matter at this point. Ox of Agonis, sure. Ugh, that's so brutal. And I get to replay your hollow one, which is still in the hand. They had 2 cards in hand when they cast this Goblin Lore. And they kept this hollow one. They would never have discarded a hollow one to a random discard in their entire life. Oh my gosh. Ended up 4-1. Oh, and it's so brutal. It doesn't even feel like a win, even though this deck was sick and I went 4-1 with it. I'm just thinking about Chef's Kiss right now. No matter where I go, Chef's Kiss just haunts me.